Welcome, everyone, to the Take the Lead. I am your host, William Kliski.
It is me, the one and only John O'Halloran. Folks at home, how are you guys doing? How was your New Year's, your Christmas, your Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate?
All the holidays.
Yes.
We are out of the holiday season.
Yeah, no, we got this long, dreaded winter.
Yeah.
It hasn't been too bad for us here in New England.
No, and I got a vacation coming up.
You do?
That's fun. Last week of January. So
Going
looking
anywhere?
forward to that? No.
You can't.
Maybe somewhere in New England, but that's as far as I can go. But wonder who can travel?
Who?
The NBA.
That's right, they can't go anywhere.
Good segue. So, let's talk about the NBA, shall we? The Clippers collapsed again. The Clippers led 85-63 with 3:15 remaining in the third quarter, only to fall to the Warriors 115-105. Since the start of last season and including the playoffs, the Clippers have lost an NBA high 8 games when leading by at least 15 points.
Not a good time to be a Clippers fan, I'd say, or Clippers player.
Want to know what Kawhi Leonard had to say about the collapse again?
His laugh.
He said, we just have to change.
Well, no matter how you change or what you try, you're not the best team in LA. You're never going to be the best team in LA, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he literally says, we just have to change pretty much. We've got to change it. We've got to get better.
Well, it's simple, but 8 blown games, yikes.
Since the start of last season. A red-hot Curry sparking the comeback in the third quarter, and the Warriors overwhelmed the Clippers with a 52-18 blitz from late in the third to under 2 minutes left in the game.
Looks like a couple nights ago, I believe he dropped 60 or 62 points. It looks like the Warriors are doing fine without Klay Thompson so far.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the Clippers turned the ball over 11 times from the point they led by 22.
Wow.
Freaking. They just can't keep a lead.
No. Kind of like they're the Falcons.
They don't know how to take it easy.
They're the Falcons of the NBA.
Jesus. Linsanity's coming back.
You want to know a funny story, actually?
Let's hear it.
About Jeremy Lin. He used to run his own Facebook page, and you know how usually, like, when an athlete has a Facebook, it's not them, it's
usually a social media manager.
Yeah.
Or something.
So a long time ago when he first started in the league, I was a fan of his Facebook. I was like, you're not the real Jeremy Lin. He replied and goes, oh, yes, I am. I'm like, no, you're not. Me and I got in an argument, and a bunch of people jumped in, and it was a real Jeremy Lin the whole time. So I got in an argument with an NBA player.
By saying he's not who he says he is?
Yeah, so how many of you can say you got in an argument with an NBA player? None.
Well, I mean, maybe someone.
Some, but just a little fun story.
But Jeremy Lin is expected to sign with the Warriors G League team.
Good to see him back in the league.
Almost,
I should say, but good to see him almost back. Speaking of G League, I don't know if you have this article, but LaMelo Ball signed the G League too.
Will we have a game where all 3 Ball brothers are playing?
Yeah, I think we will.
All right. Well, we'll go from one ball to the other balls.
2 balls.
2 balls. LaMelo Ball nearly makes NBA history already and outplays brother Alonzo as Hornets beat Pelicans in first ever Ball Bowl.
We're going to get more of those in the future.
They called it the Ball Bowl because this is the first time ever they played against each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But guess what the history was?
I think it was like the first time like 2 brothers drafted. No?
No, it's just LaMelo's.
No, I think it was it was almost a triple-double, right?
One assist shy of a triple-double.
That would have been cool to see.
He would have been the youngest player to get a triple-double. And as it stands, he's the youngest since LeBron James to put up at least 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. LeBron did it 2 days before his 19th birthday, and Ball's 139 days.
I think he's going to be the best one out of all 3 of them.
Oh, yeah, I agree. The Lonzo, he was the oldest. He had all the hype. Leandro's the forgotten middle child, which tends to happen to every middle child. Sorry, middle children. And LaMelo, they kind of got out of the limelight a little bit after Lonzo got drafted.
Yeah.
And he just had time to work on his game.
He's only 18. You say he's only 19. He's only 19. I think he's going to be the best one of all 3 of them.
I think so, too. Lonzo struggled during that game, going 1 for 7 from 3. 5 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Yeah. It's just crazy. The most Instagrammable moment came with time running out in the third quarter when LaMelo swished a step-back three-pointer over the outstretched arm of his brother to cut the New Orleans lead to 5. Let's...
Good old tweeter.
We got a video. Take that, Lonzo. Your brother's better. Didn't think I'd say that. Let's see. Well, this is the last NBA one I have. Anthony Davis sits out of Bulls-Lakers game with a strained adductor.
I never even heard of that in my life.
Me neither. I had to look it up. Do you want to know what an adductor is?
Yes,
this
I'd
is
like
why
to know.
I saved it, just because of how funny that
I'd like to know.
The adductors are a group of muscles, as the name suggests, that primarily function to adduct the femur at the blank. I don't know why the word's missing here, but although they are located somewhere along the medial side of the thigh, they all originate in different places at the front of the pelvis. Most of them are surprisingly thin muscles.
I never knew that even existed.
Well, now you know.
No,
Anthony Davis
they
has
all know.
a strained adductor. He played Thursday, but sat out against the Bulls. Because there's no point in taking a risk this early on a back-to-back.
No, you don't want to, especially a star like Anthony Davis, what if he completely torn it?
Exactly. So, get better soon, AD. Now it's your turn to read your stories, because apparently I jumped the gun with all mine.
Celtics have 3 players facing 7-day quarantine due to NBA COVID-19 protocols.
I'm going to guess, because I don't know. Ready?
Yep.
Tatum, Brown, Smart.
Nope. The Boston Celtics be out a few players for at least the next week as the team announced that Tristan Thompson, Robert Williams, Grant Williams, with all required self-isolate of the minimum 7 days due to the NBA's COVID-19 protocols.
Of course it was both Williamses.
Robert Williams reportedly tested positive for the virus and has been asymptomatic, while Grant and Thomas have been told to quarantine for contact tracing. The next 7 days, the Celtics will play the Wizards, who they played yesterday. Heat, Bulls, and the Magic twice. And without 3 of the bigs now, Boston has already felt the effects of being shorthanded this season, as Kemba Walker hasn't made his season debut.
Shorthanded.
With the knee injury. Jeff Teague has been dealing with an ankle injury, and Romeo Langford has been out with a wrist injury.
Hey, that's all right. We're still 7-3.
Yep. Speaking about Kemba Walker.
Yeah, just keep reading all your basketball stories until you're done them.
Speaking about Kemba Walker, he's been cleared to begin practicing after stem cell injection in knee. No, it's going to be good for the Celtics with him coming back. No, Celtics have been playing great so far.
Yeah.
The way Jaylen Brown has been playing has been unbelievable. He's finally becoming, what's that word I'm trying to find?
Up to potential?
Yeah, because when he got drafted number 3 overall back in whatever year it was, I was like, who the hell is this guy? This dude's not going to be good.
Yeah. Usually I'll hear of a couple of the big names coming out of college every year. I don't watch it. I didn't hear of Jaylen Brown before.
No, and now he's finally reaching his potential. I think he's been one of the most underrated players in the NBA.
Yeah, like last year too. This year it's like full circle. Jaylen has his contract. Tatum has his contract. Celtics are going to compete for a while.
Yeah, I think I have them coming out of the East this year.
Into the finals?
Yeah, I think they're the Raptors are not doing good. I think they're better than the Sixers.
Know what I love? Predicting it now. Mark your calendars. January 10th, 9th. What day is it? January 9th. Celtics, Lakers, NBA Finals, fight for 18. They're both at 17, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. That is my claim. Celtics, Lakers in the finals, fight for who gets 18 first.
Lakers. I just got to go with LeBron, even though I'm a Celtics fan.
Fuck out of here. You can't pick a player over your team.
I know, but
you did.
It's Braun.
But you did.
But just the way the Celtics have been playing, I'm excited to get Kemba back.
Especially with the Celtics not having big men.
Yeah.
To really handle AD, handle AD and then throw LeBron into the mix. That's just, I mean, we could get another one of those nasty Tatum blocks.
That's true.
A little pushback after.
But getting Kemba back is going to need. I mean, the Celtics are already fine, but I think getting Kemba back is going to excel the Celtics even more.
Definitely.
Baseball now.
That was it for basketball for you?
Yeah.
Yep. Baseball. Let's do it up. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I can.
Yeah, you go first.
Dodgers legend, Hall of Fame manager, Tommy Lasorda dies at 93 after suffering heart attack.
I saw that, and I figured you would have it, so I didn't save it. But I was filtering through the headlines, and I saw it was 2 days ago. It was said Tommy Lasorda released from hospital.
Yeah, and
So
bam.
it's just like, damn. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, just sad. I mean,
93, though. That's a really long life. Don't get it wrong. It's not like he passed away at 48 or something.
oh yeah, he lived a good life, man. 93
Yeah.
years old. Not too many people make it to that age.
Yeah, with the U.S. life expectancy in the 70s, 93 is very good.
Yes. Rob Manfred released the following statement. Tommy Lasorda was one of the finest managers of our game has ever known. He loved life as a Dodger. His career began as a pitcher in 1949, but he's one of course best known as a manager of 2 World Series champions and 4 pennant-winning clubs. His passion, success, and charisma and sense of humor turned him into an international celebrity. A stature that he used to grow on our sport. Tommy welcomed the Dodgers players from Mexico, the Dominican Republic, Japan, South Korea, and elsewhere, making baseball a stronger, more diverse, better game. He served as Major League Baseball as a global ambassador for the first 2 editions of the World Baseball Classic and managed Team USA to gold in the 2000 Summer Olympics in Sydney. Tommy loved family, the United States, the national pastime, and the Dodgers. He made them proud during a memorable baseball life. Lasorda managed the Dodgers for a 2-decade span for him from 1976 through 96 under his watch. The Dodgers won 2 World Series, 1981, 1988, 4 National League pennants, 8 division titles. Lasorda himself won a pair of Manager of the Year awards and managed in all 4 All-Star games. His 1,509 wins as manager ranks 22nd all time. It's a good life. I mean, 93 years old.
No. But now, let's go from sad to bad. Fired Angels employee says Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, and others used his illegal pitching substance.
Ooh.
Former Los Angeles Angels employee Brian Bubba Harkins is naming names. Harkins, who was fired by the Angels last March, said in court papers Thursday that multiple Cy Young winners and all-star pitchers used an illegal pitching substance distributed by Harkins, according to Mike DiGiovanna. Pronounced that right. Of the Los Angeles Times.
Mm-hmm.
Harkins named a number of former and current Angels players, including Troy Percival, Brendan Donnelly, Tyler Chatwood, Kevin Jepson, and most recently Cam Bedrosian, Kenyon Middleton, Yusmeiro Petit, Luke Bard, Matt Andres, Dylan Peters, Jose Suarez, and Dylan Bundy. On top of that, Harkins said that he has evidence suggesting Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander, Adam Wainwright, Corey Kluber, and Felix Hernandez all used an illegal pitching substance to improve their grip on the ball. Evidence surrounding Cole is particularly damning, as a text message in which Cole identifies himself and asks Harkins for help with, quote, this sticky situation.
It's not good. There's a lot of big names on there, too.
And was included in the evidence submitted Thursday. Brian Harkins was fired by Angels for distributing illegal substance. It's even crazier considering how long he was with the Angels.
Yeah.
Do you know how long he was?
No.
I'll get to it in a second.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Harkins, who was 55, was fired by the Angels last March after it was determined he was making and distributing an illegal pitching substance to visiting players. Harkins was a member of the Angels for nearly 4 decades before he was fired by the team.
So he was helping other teams.
Potentially for decades, yeah.
So he was cheating against the Angels, basically.
Unless it lined it up to where the players got it to use against other teams.
True.
Against the Angels. But in response, Harkins filed a defamation lawsuit against the Angels and MLB in August. Harkins, who spoke to MLB attorneys in March as part of an investigation into foreign substances, believes the Angels tried to protect their players and the league didn't want to deal with another scandal following the Houston Astros cheating scandal. Because of that, Harkins believes he was fired so that he could be the public scapegoat for foreign substances. Harkins' attorney says he will seek at least $4 million if the case goes to trial. A judge is expected to make a ruling on whether Harkins' case can proceed January 21st.
That's just a few weeks away.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on that?
That's crazy, especially those big names on there. No Justin Verlander, Garrett Cole, no Felix Hernandez. At one time was a big name, but now he's washed up now.
Yeah.
But that's crazy.
Want to go from one for some big names to more big names?
Yeah.
The Yankees counter Mets' blockbuster trade by signing a former 15-game winner.
Who?
By day, the Mets traded for Francisco Lindor.
Yes.
By night, the Yankees added a former staff ace for the Rockies, Padres, and Brewers. Any guess who it is yet?
Nope.
There's a catch to the signing, or there's a catch to the Yankees signing right-hander Joelis Chassin to a minor league deal that was first reported by fan-sided baseball columnist Robert Murray. I'm surprised you don't know who. I'm surprised you don't remember him.
Do you have a picture of him?
I will in a second. While the Mets are getting a superstar shortstop plus a good middle-of-the-rotation starter in Carlos Carrasco from the Indians, the Yankees added a veteran right-hander who's coming off consecutive down seasons. It's been an exciting week for the Venezuelan, who became an American citizen on Wednesday.
Hey.
And then signed with the Yankees on Thursday.
Not bad.
Which was also his 33rd birthday. Big week. Chassin has had few impressive seasons as a starter during his 12-year MLB career and established a career high for the wins in 2018, going 15-8 with a 3.50 ERA over 33 starts with Milwaukee. But he's 4-12 with a 6.06 ERA in 27 games, 25 as a starter over 2 seasons with the Brewers, the Red Sox, and the Braves.
I think I know who you're talking about now.
That's his face from his 33rd birthday.
Yeah, I think I remember him being on the Red Sox.
Yeah. Last season, Chassin went to spring training with the Twins on a minor league deal, but opted out of his contract in July to sign with the Braves and was then released after 2 relief appearances. He worked 3 2/3 shutout innings in his debut, then was let go after being roughed up for 4 runs over 1 1/3 innings in his next game, an outing that included 2 bases-loaded walks.
Yikes.
For his career, he is 78-87 with a 4.04 ERA in 257 games, 226 of them starts, with 1,067 strikeouts and 1,324 innings for the Rockies, Braves, Angels, Padres, Brewers, Red Sox. Besides 2018, he also had outstanding seasons, going 14-10 in 2013 and 13-10 in 2017.
Good signing, Yankees.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. Not the person you thought it was when I said former 15-game winner, was it?
I thought I said like a freaking all-star, but they signed some random bum.
Yeah. So lastly, though, new Red Sox coach Bianca Smith aspires to be an MLB manager.
To be honest, I think you're gonna see a lot more women managing sports teams in the future. No, but I saw a picture of her.
You did? So Bianca Smith recently became the first black woman to land a job as a professional coach when she was hired by the Red Sox. Smith will be based out of Fort Myers, Florida, and coach position players at the team's development complex. While this is a big deal, she has more grand aspirations. Smith, who's only 29, it's young, said that she'd love to become a major league manager someday. She said, I don't limit myself. I want to go as high as I can, Smith said. I want to continue to challenge myself, and right now, yes, that is an MLB manager. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Obviously, I changed my idea about being a GM, but as much as I love coaching, I want to be in that position. I want to learn as much as I can and get to that role.
Yeah, I mean,
I think she'll get there one day.
Yeah, like I said, think. Oh, sorry, cut you off.
Go ahead.
I just think you're going to see, I'm sure a lot of people that want to hear it. I think there's going to become a time where you're going to see a lot more women with sports teams like managing.
Just like one of the 49ers coaches.
Yes. Like the NBA, Becky Hamilton, I think should be a coach soon.
Yeah.
So you're going to see it real soon.
Yeah, and perfectly cool. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, because how do you know
Only sexists don't like it.
I mean, how do you know what these women can bring to the table?
Exactly, especially if you don't even let them. have an opportunity.
Yeah.
Um,
You just can't play the sport, though. I'm just kidding.
they have their own leagues. That's
Yeah.
okay, John.
Sorry, I thought I'd try to be funny, but it wasn't.
Yeah. They can play it. It's just
Yeah, not with the men.
hold on. It's just I don't know how well Maya Moore would do against LeBron James, you know?
It wouldn't be pretty, but
That was just one of the WNBA names I remember.
yeah.
And compared her to LeBron. Obviously the best of the best in
Yes.
the league. But with Kim Ng becoming I always forget how to pronounce NG as a name. Became the first woman in professional sports to become a general manager. I think at the age of 29, she has plenty of time.
Yeah,
to
sure.
become a
Years
manager. I think she'll get
ahead of
there.
her. Yeah.
And hopefully, she stays with the Red Sox organization.
Yes.
I didn't know what else to say after that.
Sorry, you got
I
it
don't
out.
She seems like she's gonna work her way up.
Yeah.
Any more baseball for you?
Yes.
So
Mets still on George Springer after adding Francisco Lindor.
ooh, could you imagine them getting both of them?
Yes, I actually
I
have.
think the Mets would become a serious contender if they get George Springer as well.
So if the Mets were to get George Springer, this is what the lineup could look like. George Springer leading off, Francisco Lindor batting second, Michael Confarno bats third. You got fourth, Jeff McNeil, I never heard of. Pete Alonso, J.D.
These-
Davis, Dominic Smith, James McCann, and Brendan Nemo. He's got the DH. That's if they keep the DH in the National League, which I don't think they
so
are.
when I looked on your screen and saw J.D. Davis, I for some reason read J.D. Drew.
Oh my gosh, imagine if he came back. He's like 96 years old.
For real.
No big trade. I think it was 2 days ago that the Mets have made, obviously with Steve Cohen as the new owner of the team. The Mets required, as Will said previous, Francisco Lindor and Carlos Carrasco. Cleveland acquired shortstop Andreas Gimenez, shortstop Med Rosario, outfielder Isaiah Green, and right-hander pitcher Josh Wolf. It's weird to
Solid.
see that the Indians are going through this rebuild now because just a few years ago, more than a few years ago, 4 years ago, I think it was, they were in the World Series. The year after that, they had like 100-plus wins. I think they had 100-plus wins back-to-back. No. The year the Red Sox won the World Series in 2018, the Indians had like 98 wins or 90s.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
99 wins and missed the playoffs because I think extra
Rules.
wild card team.
Just like how in the NFL, Washington made it with 7-9.
You got the Dolphins
and then
from
there was like 10-5 teams that didn't make it.
yeah, you got the Dolphins with 11-5 and didn't make it. But
I wanted to figure this out before we started recording, but I just completely forgot until now. I wanted to count how many teams that had a better record than Washington didn't make the playoffs.
there's probably a lot.
Yeah, let's figure it out right now.
But,
live on air. Let's do NFL records. Standings. That's the word I was looking for.
But it looks like the Mets are finally trying to make moves. Hopefully it doesn't turn into the that guy that signed back like in 93 that they're still paying until like 2030.
So
Bobby Bolina, whatever his name was.
I'm going to read you every team that had a better record or tied record
Mhm.
than Washington in both conferences that didn't make the playoffs. We have the Dolphins at 10-6.
Oh, 10-6. I thought they were 11-5.
No, 10-6. We have the Raiders at 8-8. We have the Chargers at 7-9. And that is it for the American Conference, the AFC. And in the NFC, we have the Cardinals who went 8-8. We have the Vikings who went 7-9. Not as many as I thought. 6.
I thought it was going to be more than that.
I mean, 32 teams. I don't know how high we were expecting
Yeah.
with, 33% of them making the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 6 is a substantial number of teams both conferences take into account
Yeah.
to have a better record than one team that won division and gets home field advantage.
Springer
They
hit
get home field for winning the division, right?
in the NFL.
Yeah. Washington
Yep.
is home against
Yeah.
Tampa, right? Yeah.
So 11-5 teams on the road against a 7-9 team.
That's hilarious.
Springer hit 265, 359, 450 with 13 homers and 222 plate appearances last season for the Astros. The injury limited him to 222 games. 2019 was the best of his career from several aspects, setting career highs in average of OPB, slugging, OPS, and WAR, home runs, and runs batted in. Technically, the Mets really don't need him because they have with Brandon Nimmo leading off in center, flanked by Marco Cafano in right field, Dominic Smith in left. They don't really need him.
Yeah.
But if they can add him, man, the Mets could be dangerous.
Oh, yeah. It'll be very dangerous.
But I just still don't see them beating the Dodgers.
It'll be close, though. It'll be a lot closer than it would have been.
Yeah.
So when you're out of baseball, let me know.
Actually, I have hockey.
Oh. Wait.
My hockey minute. My hockey minute. It's my hockey minute.
And let the countdown begin.
The Boston Bruins announced Priest Bergeron as next team captain with cool video.
About time. I'll read. 1925, Cleghorn. 1927, Hitchman. 1931. I'm not going to read that. There's voices.
This is nothing like that whatsoever. The biggest thing that I remember and which I'm most proud of is winning the Stanley Cup in 1938-39.
Somebody you can look forward to like Milton and say, God, I want to be like him.
I like how they had video for one of the captains, but no one else.
They didn't like him.
There's no question he's not the next captain of the Boston Bruins.
Was just based on those dates, it seems like Chara was the longest reigning Bruins captain.
Yeah, 2006 until this year. Well,
years.
last year.
That's 14 years.
That's crazy.
That's a long time.
Bergeron's entering his 16th season with the Bruins. He's been alternate captain since the 2006-2007 campaign.
Wait, is that what the A stands for?
Yeah.
I never knew what the A stood for on hockey jerseys, to be honest with you.
That's all right. Now you know.
Now I know.
He takes over the seat from Zdeno Chara, who recently left the Bruins to sign with the Washington Capitals after 14 years as the Bruins captain. It's a privilege to be named. It's a privilege to be named Patrice as 20th captain of the Boston Bruins. President Cam Neely said in a statement, "For 16 seasons, we all watched Patrice grow not only to an elite player but as a tremendous leader. Patrice represents the Bruins organization and our fans with integrity, determination, and class. On and off the ice, he embodies what means to be a Bruin. We couldn't be prouder that he will lead our team as a captain." Bergeron is perhaps the most ready player to be captain of the NHL team since Hall of Famer defenseman Nicholas Lidstrom, who took over as Detroit Red Wings captain following Steve Yzerman's retirement in 2006.
Jeez.
Dallas Stars will have to start season. Will have to start season late due to COVID-19 outbreak among players and staff. The NHL announced Friday that the Dallas Stars will be forced to delay the start of the season due to COVID-19 outbreak. 6 players and 2 staff members to receive a positive test for the virus.
Oof.
Per the announcement. That
That's
stinks. Because the NHL season is supposed to start. Today's the 9th, supposed to start the 14th. Now, they won't be starting until the 19th.
Big yikes.
And Blackhawks Jonathan Toews to miss start of the season due to unclosed illness. The 32-year-old said he's working with doctors to get a grip on what is going on. This offseason, I have experienced symptoms that have left me feeling drained and lethargic, which is probably COVID.
Yeah.
Tao said, I'm working with doctors so I can better my understanding my condition until I get my health back to a place where I feel like I can perform at elite level and help my team. I will not be joining the Blackhawks for training camp. He's a good player. It's a big loss for them, but they'll be fine. They got Patty Kane. Now, I think it's time for some football.
Yes. So, hold on. So I make sure that's all lined up. All right. Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski have a chance to set a hollowed NFL playoff record against Washington.
Hopefully they do.
Tom Brady already holds dozens of NFL playoff records, and he could add one more to his list on Saturday night if he can hook up with Rob Gronkowski right at midfield.
What is it? Oh, yeah.
Do you get the joke now?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it actually does say that, but the sentence continues for just one touchdown pass against Washington.
They'll do it.
Going into the wild card round, Brady and Gronk have connected on a total of 12 postseason touchdowns, which is tied for the most in NFL history. The duo is currently tied with Montana and Rice, who connected on 12 postseason scores during their 8 seasons as teammates. As for Brady and Gronk, this will mark their 10th postseason together. To put the record into perspective, only one other duo in NFL history has even connected for 10 touchdowns, and that was Favre and Freeman, who pulled it off between 95 and 03. Freeman spent 2002 for your team, but returned to Green Bay for the final year of his career. If Gronk does catch a touchdown pass during the playoffs, not only will he go into the record book with Brady, but he'll also move into second place by himself on the list of most touchdown receptions in NFL postseason history. Gronk is currently tied at 12 with John Stallworth, and if the Buccaneers tied and can get 13, that would only put him behind, insert name here.
Joe Montana.
He's not a wide receiver.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. We have Randy Moss.
Jerry Rice,
I know.
who finished his career with 22 playoff receiving touchdowns.
Wow. Greatest wide receiver of all time.
Yeah. The Brady to Gronk connection has been a dangerous one in the postseason. Gronk's first touchdown catch ever in the playoffs came all the way back in January 2012 when he caught 3 in a 45-10 divisional round win over the Broncos. The tight end's most recent postseason TD catch came from Brady in Super Bowl 52 when he caught 2 touchdowns in a 41-33 loss to the Eagles. Gronk,
I thought he caught a touchdown against the Rams.
I don't think he played against the Rams.
Probably hurt again like he always is.
Probably.
Big Vagina.
Gronk already holds the NFL record for most postseason receiving yards, 1,163, by a tight end, and he'll be looking to add to that on Saturday.
So Gronk's trying to make history.
Wait, games are playing today?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. What time?
There's one at 1, 4, and 8.
All right, we'll watch the 1 o'clock one. I don't know which one. Which one's that one?
Brad's Colts.
Ooh.
And some random guys. And my dentist's Bills. He's a Bills fan, my dentist. Shout out to Dr. Courtney.
Ready for this one, though?
Yeah.
As for Brady, he'll be adding to plenty of records as soon as he steps on the field. The Buccaneers quarterback already holds the NFL record for most playoff games, 41, and that number will go up as soon as he takes the first snap. Brady also holds the record for the most passing yards, 11,388, completions, 1,025, and passing touchdowns, 73. Numbers that all should go up on Saturday. Brady could also add to his NFL record for most postseason wins, which currently sits at 30. And this one's probably a given. The oldest quarterback to start a postseason game at 43. Just adding to his own record last year, 42. But records galore for the Bucs and Brady.
Yes, they'll do it.
Speaking of history, got a lot of history in this one. Justin Jefferson becomes the first Wookiee wide receiver since Randy Moss to make the All-Pro team.
My boy.
So congratulations to you, Justin Jefferson.
I picked him up in fantasy. He was out there when he went off one of his first games. I said, "Why is no one picking this dude up?"
Yeah, and then you picked him up and
Thankfully,
game changer.
because I was one of the best. I was actually the best record in my league with the one with Will. And if some of you guys don't do fantasy for ESPN or just any league, if you're the top team and you do a 10-team league, you're number 10 on the waiver wire. So let's say if Will's number 2 and someone's good out there. Will's going to get him before me because he has a higher waiver claim, which sucks, and thank God I got him.
Very good. Congratulations, and thank you for the money.
Yep. We're going to do a league again.
So, speaking of All-Pro, the All-Pro team, Darren Waller has a serious case of Trumpism in a way.
Darren Waller. Oh, the tight end for the Raiders. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of that.
So why Raiders' Darren Waller lost out to someone named Vacant on the All-Pro team?
They voted for nobody.
So, hold on. They compared him somewhere. They compared him to Trump because of quote unquote voter fraud. But I forget where I saw that. But he's I'm not saying he supports Trump or believes what Trump believes. Just so you know. I'm
Yeah, I
just
don't want to
saying
offend anybody because freaking 2021, you get offended over everything.
Darren Waller's claim is more legit.
Yes.
So Raider Nation has its own. Oh, here it is. First sentence, and I skipped right over it. Raider Nation has its own version of voter fraud, and it involved Darren Waller being left off the 2020 NFL All-Pro team. The Chiefs' Travis Kelce was the selection as the first team tight end, and deservedly so. Kelce had 105 receptions for an NFL record. He had 105 receptions for 1,416 yards, which is the record. 11 touchdowns and 79 first downs. Waller broke Tim Brown's franchise record with 107 receptions, just under 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 69 nice first downs.
Nice.
So given the Chiefs are the defending Super Bowl champions and Kelce outperformed Waller in every statistical area except receptions, it was clear Kelce was number 1 and Waller was number 2.
Yes.
But here's the rub. The AP uses a national 50-member voting panel. None of them are Associated Press writers, and Kelce got all 50 votes. If Waller had received even a single first-team vote over Kelce, he would have been named second team. But since Waller's name appeared nowhere on anyone's ballot, second team was listed as vacant, and there was outrage on social media. At Raiders Beat tweeted, the Associated Press is worthless. Darren Waller isn't voted second team All-Pro, neither is Rodney Hudson. They didn't just add a second team All-Pro at tight end, left it vacant, but named 2 second team centers and 2 second team quarterbacks, also Cole Beasley. So I guess they have something against Cole Beasley. Did he get it undeservedly? I don't know.
I think he got it and people are mad.
Why though? I don't know.
He's the best slot receiver in the game.
Yeah.
Considering Julian Edelman
Maybe it's because
never
he's the
plays
slot
again.
receiver.
Yeah.
The AP has made adjustments before because of voting quirks. In 2016, the Raiders' Khalil Mack got enough votes at both defensive end and linebacker, even though he was primarily at end, to be named All-Pro at 2 positions. Now the AP requires a player to be listed at only 1 position based on official snap counts. Last season, McCaffrey was named at 2 spots, running back in the flex, and in 2020, the flex position was eliminated in favor of a third wide receiver. So, the AP could avoid the Waller problem by revising its system to have voters cast ballots with a number 1 and a runner-up. Then again, maybe not. Second-team spots have been left vacant before, and there wasn't enough outrage to change the system. Here we go. Ready? The vacants. At Josh Dubo, AP, he tweeted, the vacant spot on second-team All-Pro tight end with Kelce was being unanimous is not unprecedented. Happened, for instance, at QB in 2004, Peyton Manning first team, tight end in 2005, Antonio Gates, and QB in 2010, Tom Brady. So, other Raiders who received All-Pro votes were center Rodney Hudson 5 and punt returner Hunter Renfrow 1. So, interesting. That it's just weird to seeing second team if vacant.
Never heard of him. We're going to draft him next year.
Yeah. One violent hit and a 12-year NFL career comes to an abrupt end. The NFL has been described in many ways over the years, but soft-hearted is not among them. Players get hurt, players get replaced, sometimes for a week, sometimes for the rest of their lives. A.Q. Shipley will not be among the Buccaneers players who put on their helmets at FedEx Field for a playoff game against Washington on Saturday night. His career ended without warning or formality 7 weeks ago in the final minutes of a game against the Rams. There's a medical term for what happened to him, but Shipley said it's best described as a bruised spinal cord. There was nothing dramatic about his final moments. Then again, there was nothing fancy about his entire career. Unless you're a diehard fan, you probably don't even know his name. But believe me, you've cheered for his type before. A late draft pick who spent 3 years trying to make an NFL roster before finally getting in a game, waived 5 times, finally nailed down a starting job at age 30, blew out his knee at 32, and signed in Tampa as an insurance policy late last summer. He started 72 games in his career and appeared in almost 40 more. I believe we talked about this when it happened 7 weeks ago. But in a way, he was the perfect NFL player, devoted, diligent, and easily replaced. Ooh,
That sucks.
I didn't like that.
No.
Maybe that's why his injury bothered me so much. In my mind, his perseverance epitomized all the good about sports, and it just seemed cruel to have his career end so randomly, so quickly, so quietly.
That's a bummer, Just what he went through throughout his career, to get a chance to be on a playoff team. For that to happen, that stinks.
Yeah, ready for this one though? It was all pretty straightforward, the doctor says. Hey, listen, here's your MRI, here's your spinal cord. You see this little spot right here? That's it for you. You can't play contact sports anymore, Shipley recently recalled. You take major football into the equation, and that means I've been working my tail off from 18 to 34. That's damn near half my life. And all of a sudden it comes to an end. It's not the easiest thing to swallow.
No.
No, not at all. The ESPN broadcast never showed a replay of what happened. Analyst Brian Grease mentions that Shipley is down in the backfield, but the cameras instead focus on quarterback Tom Brady as the broadcast goes to commercial. The hit that happened, it was something that I've probably done, who knows, 100,000 or more times in my career, Shipley said. It was the final play before the 2-minute warning near the end of the game. Shipley was playing center and had no defensive lineman in front of him. His priority was to watch for a blitzing linebacker, and absent that, to shift left or right to help one of the guards. Shipley went right to block Michael Brockers, but just before he made contact was nudged from behind by Rams rusher Aaron Donald.
That's going to do it.
Yep. Shipley thinks the Donald contact must have left his head and neck in a vulnerable position when he engaged with Brockers. By the time ESPN came back from commercial, you saw Shipley sitting casually on the bench. The numbness in his body had already dissipated. And then he's sitting there thinking, okay, cool, it was just another stinger. I've had about 20 of them in my career. I'll be good.
Nope.
No. A day later, he knew better. It's not the case. Let's see. Yeah, nothing. Never mind. But at 34, married with 2 toddlers, the choice to retire was simple. Painful, but simple.
Yeah, he can be with his family.
Yep. But wish you all the best in your future, AQ.
Shitty way to go.
Yep. Any more football for you?
Yeah,
Let's hear it.
Doug Peterson said he was coaching to win against Washington when he
Bullshit.
wanted to get. Yep, Nate Sudfeld some reps. Eagles coach Doug Peterson said he was coaching to win Sunday. Obviously last Sunday night final.
If you're
against,
playing to win, you don't put in your third stringer.
No, against Washington football team, despite pulling quarterback Jalen Hurts in a 3-point game early in the fourth quarter for Nate Studfield. Pearson added that it was his decision alone and not influenced by front office, which saw the Eagles' draft position improve as a result of a 20-14 loss. The result of deliver Washington the NFC East title. A win by Philadelphia would have handed the 6-10 Giants the division tiebreaker.
I would have loved that. I want to see a team make the playoffs with 10 losses.
I kind of want to say so the Giants could have kicked Tom Brady's ass in playoffs once again.
Oh my God! I didn't even think about that.
That would have been awesome.
That'd be pretty fun.
Pearson said the plan was going to Sunday game was to get Nate Sudfeld some playing time. Nate has been here for 4 years, and I felt like he deserved an opportunity to get some snaps, Peterson said. Hurts finished the game 7 for 20 for 72 yards with an interception, 2 rushing touchdowns. He was pulled early in the fourth quarter with Washington up 17-14. As a competitor, I played to win, Hurts said when he was asked if he was disappointed about leaving the game. You've just got to trust the coach with that. The Eagles finished the season 4-11-1 and secured the 6th pick in the April's NFL draft.
Ooh, fancy.
No, I don't blame Doug Peterson really for taking out Jalen Hurts because 7 for 20 for 72 yards with the interception. I mean, what? That's a terrible passing rating. I don't think that's even
What is it again?
7. He went 7 for 20.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad.
You weren't playing to win. No, I watched that whole game, and you weren't playing to win. Just the way the Eagles were playing, it was terrible.
Yeah.
They weren't even trying.
Nope.
It was just a disappointing season.
Yep.
I was excited for the Eagles coming in this year, and
What was your prediction back in May of last year?
9-7.
Yep. Just wanted to bring that up. You said you were going to mention it. Let's make sure.
Hey,
you
what
got
you
there.
say for the Patriots?
6 and 10.
They went 7-9. Which,
Yeah, so they did better than I thought.
yeah.
I'll take it.
I don't remember if I brought this up last week. I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
Jets fire Adam Gase after winning 9 games in 2 seasons, starting 0-13 in 2020.
Yep.
It was long overdue. I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier in the season after the way they started. I would have fired his ass when they were 0-6, 0-7, but it's good they let them finish off the season. They won. What did they win? 2 straight games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they finished 2-14.
They won weeks 15, 16.
Yep, they
then
won
lost
2
to the
straight games
Pats.
and lost to the Patriots. So not a good coach.
No.
Until Gates finished his coaching career with a 9-23 mark, going 23-25 in 3 seasons with the Dolphins. I don't see him getting a coaching gig anywhere again,
I don't know.
unless some desperate team wants to give him a shot.
Yeah.
Phil,
Eagles.
more-
More,
more-
Doug Peterson.
oh my God, I was hoping they had a meeting Wednesday, and I was crossing my fingers. This is bad. I don't like when people lose their jobs. I feel bad for them, but if you can't perform well, get the hell out. And I was really hoping he was going to get fired.
Yeah.
And he didn't. Eagles GM Harry Roseman not talking about trading Carson Wentz right now. He said, "This is not anything we're talking about right now." He improvised that they've shown how they feel about Wentz as a person and player by drafting him 2nd overall in 2016 and giving him a 4-year, $120 million extension 3 years later. Terrible move. When you have players like that, they're like fingers on your hand. You can't even imagine that they're not part of you, that they're not here. That's how I feel about it, about Carson Wentz said. You see, like, when Nick Foles took over, these guys played well.
Yeah.
Then Carson Wentz came back, these guys play terrible.
Yep.
Jalen Hurts comes, these guys play good. I just don't think these guys like playing with Carson Wentz.
There's one common denominator. I didn't say that word correctly. There's one common denominator. There we go. Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I just don't think guys like playing with him.
Because he's
You can't stay healthy.
trash.
You can't stay healthy. Joe Jug reacts to more Eagles news. Philadelphia Eagles effort in Sunday Football says New York Giants will never disrespect a game like that. He said, "We will never do that as long as I'm head coach of the New York Giants," Judge said Monday at the end of the 2+ minute answer to a question what he thought about the Eagles. I don't blame Joe Judge for being mad.
I don't either.
You have a chance of getting your team into the playoffs with the losing record, but
Big time losing record.
he has every right to be mad.
Oh, of course.
Just the way the Eagles played, it was sloppy. And just imagine if COVID wasn't around and that stadium was full. You probably would have heard those fans booing all the way from New Jersey.
They would be rhyming with cows.
I would have booed. Fun fact, I just stopped watching the game. Beginning of the 4th quarter, so I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah, just be like, boycott.
Deshaun Watson.
John would come back next season rocking all those Pat skiers.
Yep.
Go
Deshaun
Pats!
Deshaun Watson unhappy with Texans ignoring team's phone calls and aimed change.
They should send him to Philly.
Oh my God, I would take him. Are you freaking kidding me?
Who you would?
Oh hell yeah, he's a great
What
quarterback.
about Jalen Hurts?
Screw Jalen Hurts.
What did Jalen Hurts do to you? Did Jalen Hurts your feelings?
No, I think Jalen Hurts can be a good quarterback. Additionally, the Texans did not inform Watson that they intended to hire Nick Carsio, and he found out about the Texans hire Tuesday on social media. Last offseason, Texans did not let Watson know that the star wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins would be traded, which led to some disappointment. And now that has happened again. Watson said to be infinite more bothered, sources told ESPN. He's actually gone to teammates and said he's going to request a trade. And how do you feel about him being traded to the Patriots?
No.
No?
Nope.
I would take Deshaun Watson.
I don't want Deshaun Watson. I'd rather have Cam. Never
Jared,
been a fan of Deshaun.
Patriots get Deshaun Watson. Jarrett Stidham, 2021 15th overall pick, 2021 second round pick, and 2022 first round pick.
I
I mean,
don't know how I feel about it.
I probably would do it because Deshaun Watson, he's only 25 years old.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like he's been in the league forever.
no, only 25 years old.
Crazy.
I would trade Jarrett Stidham. He's obviously not
Good.
what the Patriots thought he was going to be, but if you want Cam, he's I don't know. I mean, I think Cam Newton wasn't ready this season due to the fact that obviously COVID shutting down.
Didn't he kind of sign his 1 year deal kind of like late?
Yeah, July.
Yeah.
And there was no preseason.
Yeah, so he had to adjust. I feel like if Patriots gave him another 1 year deal, I think he would do better next year.
Or at the Patriots, then they should have signed him in April. So that we had April, May, June, July.
Or that too.
Yeah. Are we going to do picks for the playoffs?
Sure, let's do it up. I have the brackets. So let's start with the AFC. I'm not going to write it down. It's only 6 games. I don't need to remember 16. So, Ravens, Titans.
Ravens-Titans. Rematch from last year. Just I'm gonna say Deshaun Watson. Lamar Jackson is winless in the playoffs. Will he finally get his first win? No text. What the fuck's wrong with me? Titans were surprisingly good this year, but they got that beast of a running back, Derrick Henry.
And that's why I'm picking Tennessee. Derrick Henry alone.
I mean, we're different. Go with the Ravens.
Okay. Steelers, Browns.
As much I would love to see the Browns pull it off, with just all the COVID stuff going on right now, not them having their head coach.
Yeah.
I gotta go with the Steelers.
They're literally the same reasons, is because of all the COVID stuff. If Browns were 100% healthy, I would have picked them.
Yeah.
Colts, Bills.
Do I go with Brad's Colts? They got a great defense, but the way Josh Allen's been playing this season's been crazy.
Yeah. Josh Allen.
Especially with Stephon Diggs. I got to go with the Browns in this.
The Browns?
I mean, the Bills in this.
Yeah. I'm going with the Bills as well. And then NFC, we got Bucks football team. Bucks, simple for me.
Yeah, me too.
Rams, Seahawks.
If Jared Goff doesn't play, I'm going with the Seahawks.
I mean, even with Goff plays, I'd still go Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's just me. Saints, Bears. I'm going Saints.
Saints.
All right, so we have, one different?
Yep.
And that's Ravens, Titans.
Yep.
So simple enough. John? I feel like we're getting really good at this because our time on the recording is always so consistent.
It is. We're getting better.
I'll tell you what it is after we finish. But that has been Take the Lead. I hope you enjoyed.
Yes.
John, where can they find you
Oh,
on the good old social medias?
You guys should know by now. Instagram is John O'Halloran 15. Twitter's _ John O'Halloran. I'm getting sick repeating it. Just follow me if you don't. I'm going to find you and I'll do things to you. Will, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me at my new Twitter handle at Real Donald Trump, where the L is a capital I. Just kidding. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at William Kliski. You can follow the show on both Twitter and Instagram at TTL Pod. Please rate, review, and subscribe on your preferred listening platforms, and subscribe for the video version on YouTube.
And
Take the lead.
Forgot to say share with friends and family, coworkers, and whoever likes sports. Just help us out. Just get this thing out there.
And we will see you next week.
Bye, honeys.